All right. Testing. 1, 2, 3. Is this working? I don't know yet. Okay, does seem to be working. Field testing a new mic. Got tired of all the other ones that I had not picking up what I was saying, so this is an experimental attempt to get a mic that'll actually pick up what I'm saying. And this is also the missing page that I was trying to get to on the last ad scriptum, or post scriptum. I decided to just skip to it, so that way I could show off the last scene in Valkyria Chronicles that can only be unlocked after the game is completed. So, let's get started.
Okay, Hans, you ready for action?
Honestly, I kind of hate the pig. I really think that this could have been done better without the pig.
Mike.
I understand the obsession with small, cute things, but it's one of those things where it's like, okay, I get it, but that doesn't mean I have to like it.
We can hardly back down after that speech the other day. I'm holding you to your promise.
Especially when it seems like the animals are more intelligent than the people.
They covered up the kidnapping, right? After you worked so hard to get all the details.
It's not just this case either. All coverage of House Randgrease undergoes a harsh check.
Well, yeah, I mean, technically, if it was revealed that a government, foreign or otherwise, attempted to kidnap the Archduchess and nearly succeeded right under the nose of the Gallian military and the Gallian military police and the police of the Randgrease estate, and that they were able to sneak in and disguise themselves as Gallian soldiers, that'd be a pretty bad blow, especially when you're under assault from the Empire.
Honestly, the information control is insane.
Though, you know, we have good reason for that that'll be explained later in this episode.
Now that you mention it, you don't normally read about House Randgrease in the paper.
Well, of course not. It's the Archducal family.
Personally, I'm a lot more interested in Her Highness than in her family.
Why?
I want to interview Cordelia about her life. Ask about hobbies, the food she likes, boys.
That's not something you really want to interview the leader of the country about.
I mean, she's just a girl. She has to think about these things.
Not necessarily. I mean, it's obvious at this point in time she's very controlled. I mean, pretty much everything she does has to go through Borg.
Yeah, I'm a little curious too.
Right? And getting people the information they want is a journalist's job.
There's also such thing as scandal sheet writers, and that's what you're sounding like right now.
So, I'll be infiltrating Castle Randgrease.
No, you won't. That is a stupid idea. They should really stop her from doing something like that.
What? Explain that logic to me.
Yes, because that would be illegal. And considering the fact that there was just a kidnapping attempt, that's the other problem. There was just a kidnapping attempt. How is she able to do this when security should be tripled?
There's no way I'd ever get permission. Well, if fighting fair will work, you cheat.
Are you sure you'll be all right?
No, she gets shot.
Oh, I'll be fine. I'll have Hans with me as a bodyguard. Right, Hans?
Again, this is why I hate these things. They shouldn't exist. The idea that you take an animal with you on an infiltration mission is one of the stupidest things you could do.
Hey, Mike? Mike? Let's go, pork chop.
This is just... It's a royal blunder.
Castle walls can't keep the truth in.
Yes, they can. That's kind of the whole point.
Front page headline, True Face of Cordelia Unveiled. I can see it now.
And that's also an executionable offense. I mean, technically, writing a story about any kind of royal family without that royal family's permission is an executionable offense, or at least it should be, as far as I know. I mean, it's not like royal families just go around and are like, hey, write reports about me, where you just make stuff up. That's kind of bad. Doesn't really go over very well. Especially if it's, during a war, where people need to have faith in their leaders. So it's kind of bad to do that in the middle of a conflict where people are relying on these leaders to be trustworthy and capable.
Intruder! She's headed for the audience hall! After her!
See what I mean? Really stupid idea.
Phew, managed to shake him. Now, where's that princess?
I mean, if it's this easy for her to reach there, assassination is like the most easiest thing in the world right now, because, I mean, they could just walk in and kill her.
Mike? What's wrong with you, Hans?
This is why you don't take an animal.
Bingo! Cordelia, in the flesh! Princess Cordelia, heiress to the principality. Why the sad look? Ah! Hans, no! You can't go that way!
Again, taking an animal on a stealth mission. Terrible idea.
What? Ew!
Attacked by a pig.
A piglet? Did you escape from the kitchen? Oh, it's fine. This is the real me, after all.
Her hair is... She's Darkson?
Have you been outside recently? How is it? Fun? Are the people well?
No, they're dying in droves. In fact, at this point, I think like half of the Galleon military, which means like a third of the eligible adults in the country, are dead.
I wish I could come and go as I pleased.
Yeah, I mean, you've got Borg keeping you in a cage.
I wish... I'd love to speak with him again.
Unfortunately, he's taken.
Mike?
Though, if he saw me as you do now, I do wonder how he might react.
Well, if we're talking about the same person, he wouldn't care. He really wouldn't care.
Your Highness!
Mike?
Will you keep my secret, Piglet? Known only to you and me.
Well, at least until, everyone else figures it out.
I am here. Give me a moment's time.
We just landed the scoop of the millennium here, Hans. Mike? Mike?
Hey, Welkin. Do you think Miss Elliot's doing all right?
No, she was arrested and executed.
With her? Who knows? I just hope she's not stuck in some jail.
Nope, execution.
Who's in jail?
Darn it.
Miss Elliot, you're all right.
Of course, she's necessary for the story. I mean, she's the one who wrote the book that we're currently playing.
Welcome home. Did you get your scoop?
Surprisingly, yes, and honestly, no.
You bet. Bigger than even I imagined. but I can't share it just yet.
What? Why not? Now I'm curious.
You really shouldn't be.
A gal can't publish an article until she's got solid proof to back it up. I don't want to shoot from the hip here just to get the recognition.
Then why did you do this in the first place?
I'm in the service of truth, not fame. That's my journalist's code.
Technically, everything from the Imperial's perspective is made up by you, because there's no way you could have been in attendance in those Imperial meetings. I mean, unless the Empire gave you the minutes to those meetings, or you found them in the Imperial office while you were at the Fortress Ghirlandaio, there's no way you could know what the Empire was doing during those secret meetings. So yeah, everything involving the Empire's perspective in this is completely fictional.
Wow, you make trespassing seem noble.
In any case, stay tuned for more. And you, little piggy, have a nose for news. You're a natural-born journalist.
Please get rid of the pig.
Yoink!
I am so glad that he does not show up anywhere else. Anyway, this is the last final episode. And is essentially the last effective episode I'll be doing for Valkyria Chronicles until I start doing things like weapons reviews and things like that. So as it stands, that's it. That's all I've got to say on the matter. I mean, the thing about Valkyria Chronicles is it doesn't have the replayability as games that have constantly changing battlefields. And as far as tactically goes, you can't really regress through the weapons to use different levels of weapons at different times in the game. You pretty much only have your best in-slot weapons at all times. Once you've upgraded to it, that's it. You can't backtrack. So, unfortunately, like I said, the replayability of the game kind of falls off after a while. I've replayed it a whole bunch, but I actually like the game. People who don't have my affection for the game are going to find the game very boring after the first playthrough. Playthrough the second time is basically just catching up on A ranks.
Sega.
So, that's it for Valkyria Chronicles. And that's it for my playthrough of Valkyria Chronicles. I may do some skirmish battles later to just, show off the advanced skirmishes that are practically missions in of themselves. But other than that, there is the extra missions, which allow you to play some more unique missions. For example, the Edie detachment behind her blue flame. This is actually a completely unique battle skirmish. I could probably A-rank that. Now, the interesting thing is, in order to unlock Covert Op Azure Witch, you literally have to beat the Assault of Ghirlandaio 2 different ways, and then have the complete silencing of the artillery and rout of the Galleon forces, which are actually 2 missions that can only be unlocked by defeating the Assault of Ghirlandaio 2 different ways. Once all 3 of these have been beaten with A ranks, you unlock Covert Op Azure Witch, which allows you to play as the Valkyria version of Selvaria, which is awesome. It's really awesome. So I'll probably do that later, just to show it off. Anyway, that's it for today.